where once went wrong. That's what I'm going to do, David Holiday.
Avi, your support and your friendship and your leadership in these WWAP podcasts is wonderful. It's amazing. And I'm fortunate and privileged to have you in my corner. And I know, because I've known you for a long time, and I know what we've done on stage in the past. We're going to be unstoppable, bro.
Unstoppable. And there will be another individual that will join this amazing defense team that I've assembled. You want to talk about the dream team? We don't need Johnny Cochran. He's not around anymore either. We don't need anybody but the two guys that I got. And let me tell you something. When you understand who the defense team is, you're going to start quivering and shaking in your boots. And that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to start previewing our show. But before we do that, I digress. Let's review what took place. There was a lot that went down this past Saturday. And I want to let you guys and gals know that we appreciate you. When Howard is on, he's on some of these shows. He never addresses you. I will. And so will Dave. Dave didn't need me to give him the memo. He was acknowledging live before I showed up. Why? Because he knows that he's putting on a show for you. He's not here to stand on his soapbox. He's not here to vent. He's here to make sure that whether it's good or bad, come hell or high water, he's going to be there for you and give you the absolute truth and the unconditional truth. And you guys, speaking of the truth, have made us what we are today. Do you guys realize that more than 300,000 of you watched the Green Room live last Saturday? I want to thank all 34 of our groups. And pretty soon I'm going to start posting who you are, because you're actually streaming our shows live. And Saturday night, the Green Room was the most watched episode since its birth, since its very inception back in September, all because of you. So this Saturday night, you will be the jury of David Holiday's. You will be the jury of his peers. You're going to come out in droves and represent the way you did in Mickey Doyle's pretrial, which happened about 2 months ago, but you're going to be back. The jury selection will begin Saturday. So if any of you have some sort of bias against David Holiday, I don't think you're ready to be a juror. I think we've got to come into this a bit more mature. This isn't a black and white situation. Every trial has its shade of gray. As far as I'm concerned, we're going to pick the jurors that don't have a bias one way or another. So JC Farina, you're going to be there. Eric John, I know you're going to be there as well. We'll see if you have any bias. Maybe you don't anymore. I wouldn't count on it, but we'll see. There'll be a lot of other jurors as well. All of you that want to show up this Saturday night for the pre-trial of David Holiday can message me. And you will be live on the hottest show to ever hit the airwaves. Mark my words when I say that. The Green Room. You can show up as jurors, and we will make sure that you will be selected. If you don't display any bias, myself and the prosecution, which, by the way, let's talk about this haphazard group. Talk about the dream team. I've got the real dream team. My dream team is reminiscent of Chris Mullin and John Stockton and Carmelo and Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley. Their dream team, reminiscent of those quacks that you saw in that 1989 film with Michael Keaton, Christopher Lloyd. Mario Mancini? Mario Mancini? All of a sudden now, Mario Mancini? You want to step into the courtroom? Why? Because you passed your bar? When, in 1983? Mario, my man, things have changed, my man. You got to keep up with the times. You think you're going to actually persuade the judge? Of course, everyone thinks that Judge Drosy is an unfair man, but he's my partner on Friday nights. I know you, Drosy. You're going to call it the way you see it. I know you will. Because I have a surprise for you, too. Just to even things out a bit. To make sure that you call things the way that you should. But I digress. David Holiday, you've known Jamie longer than I have. What constitutes him? What credibility does this guy have to be on the prosecution? What?
You know, that's one of the things that has kept me up at night. Jamie and I have a history. We've worked together for a long time. And I don't know. Since I joined this family and then he came later, I felt this sense of competition from him, this jealousy from him. And he comes out with this way of trying to show that he cares, that he's been a friend for a long time, and I could talk to him about anything. But he's got hidden agendas. And
What do you mean by that exactly? What are those hidden agendas?
He wants me out. I think
Really?
he's wanted me out from day one.
Yeah.
That's not a support. I had conversations with you before Jamie came on, and I didn't think you were actually going to get in touch with him. And when I finally saw him on the show, I didn't...
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Dave. I'm sorry. You got to understand, it came from a good place. I didn't want to cause any rift or dissension. I thought that this guy would show up and welcome you with open arms. Open arms. Open arms. He didn't do that.
No. He did not do that. Well, he appeared to have done that, but that's not the end result.
Look at him judging you there. Guys and gals, you're seeing video from last night's green room 3 nights ago. Look at Jamie Sparling judging David Holiday. How dare he? Who does he think he is showing up here? Who does he think he is to lay down the law? And you know what? And you know what? I know what you're saying right now, Mike Drosy. You want who out? You want David Holiday out?
Come on,
You're supposed to be an impartial judge. Show up over here, Mike Drosy. I know you were in New York. And you know what, Drosy? Let me tell you something right off the bat. I need the full screen for this. Hey, Drosy, you were around New York, weren't you? Guess who else so happens to reside in the Big Apple? Mr. Holiday.
And Howard Collado.
Howard Collado, I don't want to bring him up because we all know. I think they had a little powwow. I think they had, and you know what? That's what I wanted to bring up right now. I heard through the grapevine, and yes, I have my sources, that Mike Drosy had a private dinner with Howard Collado. How disrespectful is that? To negate the one element, the one driving force between the highest shared program in the history of WWAB so far. How coincidental is it when David Holiday showed up, Mike Drosy, to Road to Recovery, we were able to break through the threshold. Why? Because of the man sitting before me, David Holiday. Did you pick up the phone and tell David Holiday, hey, listen, let's have a little lunch. I got dinner with Howard. I know you guys got a rift. I'm not going to put you in the same room, but I want to have lunch with you. You didn't do that. You were there Sunday, too. You were here all day yesterday. Unless Holiday hasn't informed me of such, you didn't have the decency, Mike Drosy, to pick up the phone and call up David Holiday, a man that has been on Road to Recovery. On Friday night, even though he's working 15 hours a day, he shows up. And he works with you, man. He can overshadow you and upstage you if he wants to. He can do that. He doesn't. During the games that we play, he works with you. Do you guys understand that David Holiday is a guy who's an equity-trained actor? This is a guy that's been everywhere in New York City. And the reason why he took time off was because he didn't want to make his... You told me this. Can I say this? He didn't want to make his fellow co-stars feel uncomfortable because he was that good. And he was tired of seeing everybody write about him in the playbill. He was tired of opening up that playbill and realizing that his bio was about 5 pages long. He was tired of all that. Because he's a team player. That's what he does. He actually sacrificed his own career for the betterment of others. Mike Drosy, show up here right now and prove to me and prove to the masses that you will be a fair and impartial judge. But you're not going to show up. You're not going to type down in the comment section that you want to appear right now. You know why? Because you're planning. You're planning. You're planning to deceive all of us. Who cares about Holiday? Everybody does. That's why he made sure to show up and help your numbers go up on Friday night 2 weeks ago. He made sure that Road to Recovery broke all kinds of records. How coincidental that the moment he shows up, I don't have to hire the Warren Commission. I don't have to hire Gerald Ford to figure this case out. This ain't the JFK assassination. I could do 2 + 2 and tell you right off the bat that Mr. Holiday drove the numbers up, baby. Drove the numbers up. Can you hear me talking right now?
Man, that was a special show, too. That was the night that my man Dell and I were hanging out. That I and Dell got a chance to meet up when we were in the same state. That's what friendship is. That's what support in the WWAB family is. You know, I was really disappointed when I heard that you were in New York, Mike. You know, we've covered all kinds of things on your Friday night show, and I was really disappointed for like a second. Because you're just another stepping stone for me as well. And I'm not sweating it. Well, maybe a little bit. But you know what helps me get through this every day? Avi, you know what helps me get through this every day?
I'd like to know. I really would. I'd like to know.
These 300,000 plus watching these shows. That's what makes me feel better. Because I know that the majority of them are going to come big for me. For my
Hey,
product.
David Holiday, I know you don't need to take off your sunglasses because your vision is crystal clear 2020. Doesn't it look like, and again, a picture is worth 1,000 words, doesn't it look like Drosy? There's a hint of jealousy there in his eyes when he's looking down at David Holiday and Del Wilkes embracing one another.
Well, I see it. Everyone can see it. And I look at Howard's face.
Look
He's
at
got it
Howard.
too.
Drosy saying the Road to Recovery fans know the truth. David Holiday is killing the town and is guilty. You know what killing the town means in wrestling? He means that you're driving away the fans. Propaganda 101 from Mike Drosy.
He's already saying I'm guilty before the trial even hasn't even started yet. He's trouble. He's not gonna be fair and just. He has no business being in that role. James had no business putting him in that role. He's another guy.
And you know what I did, Dave? I'm proactive. I just sent Mike Drosy a link without him even asking. You got that link in your email box right now. You want to come into the danger zone and talk to me and Holiday? You're more than welcome, because you know what? You don't have Randy Puzio. You don't have Shelly Martindale and all those other people there on Friday we love them, but guess what? This isn't Road to Recovery, man. I don't need to recover from Saturday night. You know why? Because right now I'm sitting perched atop my mountain like Zeus with my thunderbolts. I'm ready to strike on you. So why don't you show up right now? You got your link. Mike, you got your link. You're giving me wow all you want, but guess what? You're typing, brother. You're typing. I'm not typing. I'm flapping my gums, but guess what? I'm here live every single day. Where are you? Where are you to prove to the masses that you're going to be an impartial judge? Where are you? All I see you is typing. You got your link. Show up right now, Mike Drosy. Show up for a couple of minutes. Let us know. Look right in our eyes and let us know how honest of a judge you're going to be, David Holiday.
He's not going to come on because he doesn't have anything honest to say.
No. 28 minutes in, guys. I want to thank you. 28 minutes in, and we got 231 shares? We haven't been on for half an hour.
No, sir.
And in case no one's received the memo, the preview and review show has been killing it lately. Because of you guys and gals. You're speaking up and you're letting us know that it doesn't matter who's on this show. You want to see quality entertainment, and you want to see the faces of the franchise, and you're looking at them right now. Of course, Tammy wants to show up with her nonsense.
Yeah, she's been on me for some time. I don't know why Tammy's gotten so bent up, but Avi, just mark her name off of the list of jurors, please.
Done.
Done. You're not going to have a say one way or the other, Tammy.
Done.
You got to take the time to listen and to see what I add to these shows. Look at Taekwon. This guy comes on and starts hammering me from the minute he first started watching these shows. Taekwon's one of my biggest fans today because he saw the light. He saw the truth, not just in me, but he saw the truth with the rest of the panel. And he knows that I am the guy to host the Green Room.
Yeah.
Sean Archer.
Sean, you want to be on? Come on Saturday night. You know what? We will make sure, Sean, And you know what? I think Sean is a very unbiased, a potential unbiased juror, and here's why. Sean exactly